Hey there everyone, welcome on back to the Cars Garage. So, today, as you can see, we're going to be taking a look at a car that was brand new last year, in 2021, and it's of course, Derek Wheeliams. So, I've always really liked this guy, ever since he was first released, just over a year ago now probably. This is his original packaging, so I guess we'll start with that. Obviously, if you don't know where he appeared in the movies from the first Cars movie, he actually is one of the RSN reporters who was, he traveled to Radiator Springs in the end of the movie to go get McQueen, basically, and bring him back to Los Angeles for the first, for the tiebreaker race. So, very cool that Mattel decided, just out of the blue, to re-release this guy. Not re-release, sorry. To release him. I always love when they search the depths of the movies just to find a new car. Because he is such a cool car. Obviously you can see a bunch of 2021 re-releases on the back. None of these are new though. The Easter Buggy was cool to see him for the first time last year. Todd Marcus was a new variant. Ron Hover, I think he was a new variant. Yeah, he was. Darren Lidfoot, Monster Peg Warmer, but he was a new variant. Dash. Actually, all of these were new variants, I'm pretty sure. And Marlin, except for Marlin, he wasn't, I don't think. Marlin Clutches McKay. Very cool. Yeah, obviously, the new for 2021 badge. But the cool thing about this guy is, he's not just a new character, but he's actually a completely new model that we've never seen in Diecast before. Which is pretty rare, because, I mean, obviously, the time this guy was released, last year, is I think the 15-year anniversary of the Cars franchise, and of course the first movie. So, obviously this guy, I mean, he's pretty old. It's pretty hard to go back into the first movie and find a car that hasn't been released. Almost every model, I believe, has been released by now. So it's really cool that they went back and found one. But, of course, since I obviously have two, I actually have one more. He is already out of the package, so no unboxing today, unfortunately. So why don't we take a closer look at him. But before we do that, I do want to show you guys more of the 2022 packaging. Obviously, same artwork and everything. Same diecast. He's really not a new variant at all. But the difference really is just in the back. A lot of new 2022 cars is nice to see, like Dexter Hoover with the checkered flag. Jake Hicks, Brad Windmiller, Spinel McQueen, Dash Boardman once again, Cars 1, Murray Clutchburn, and Damage the King. Still find that surreal to see him on the back of packaging, because he's one of my favorite cars. And he will be getting a review very soon, part of the new series on my channel, which is going to be called the 12 Cars of Christmas. So make sure to watch that on December 14th, will be the first episode. I believe the first episode will actually be Damage the King, because of course he's probably the best one. But I was a little, questioning why he was released again this year, this guy. But I'm really glad the same size artwork, but I'm glad that they, this one, he always said the artwork is so small because of this massive microphone, so they wanted to get it all in the shot, so they just really decreased the size of the artwork. But here they didn't care, they just put it right behind the car's logo. And doesn't make him look as much of a dinky car as he does here. I never liked how this looks, especially next to other 2021 packaging, because he just looks too small. What a cool car though. I'm so glad Mattel decided to release this guy, because of course, like I said, he's a brand new model, and it's not like he's just like there's a hole in the side or anything. He's completely new. We've never seen anything of this model before, which is really cool and really rare these days to find a new car model being released. You know, unless it's from, I don't know, like Cars on the Road. But then again, Cars on the Road doesn't really have many new models. They just reused a lot of other cars. Like, of course, K-Pillar Durev is just Sterling repainted. Same with, what's her name? I don't know, there's a bunch of them. But anyways, Bella Cadabra I was trying to think of. Of course, she's just Courtney Carspur. Really, almost every single car in Cars on the Road is a repainted model. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Derek Wheeliams. I'm not a big fan of his last name, though, because they have used it before. Wheeliams. Obviously, Prince Wheeliams. So I kind of wish they would have been a little more creative and done something a little bit newer, but oh well. Whatever. It's still a cool name. One thing I did notice, though, from his artwork, kind of a mistake, I guess. You can see his headlights there are like complete squares, but on the diecast, it's like they curve in. It's not as blocky, so I kind of find that weird. I don't know why they would do that. Obviously, it's a little bit inaccurate. Oops. But still, doesn't really matter. Still a very cool car. Nice little expression. No eye plate either. It's fully metal, other than the windows and wheels. And this, of course. His giant microphone. Very cool. And he does have little like rubber plastic mirrors, which is cool. But not a single decal, no piston cup, press logo, nothing. Once again, a lot of these older Cars 1 cars have these black lines on the side. Kind of dates them a bit. It's cool, though. It's a very boxy car, though. Almost reminds me of Snot Rod a little bit. Or Artie. No license plate, which is kind of weird. Nothing on the back. Just tiny little red taillights. Very cool rims, though, too. I really like them. They're very outdated looking. They look like early 2000s. Well, that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, though, they're not, once again, they're not really accurate to his real rims. See, it has 8 holes on the actual artwork and in the movie. But here, for some reason, there's only 4 holes. I mean, 5 with the middle, but still. I don't know why they did that, but very cool. Very cool looking. I just hope he doesn't get released like every single year now. I think they should give him a break now. He's been released 2 years in a row. That's enough. Also really glad they actually put the microphone in the right spot. It's like a suction cup on the door, so that's cool. Because usually they just put it on the mirrors or the windows, and it's not very. It doesn't look like how it should. Very cool model, though. It's a cool, unique shape. We've never gotten anything like that before. It just kind of like juts out on the side. Very pointy in the back, and it slopes down. Prominent little bumper there. Very cool. Pretty old looking, too. Like, it looks like an early 2000s. Which is cool. Because we've been getting a lot of Cars 3. More modern looking cars. Actually, then again, Cars 3 has a lot of old cars, too. Like the Legends. Anyways, here's the base. His date stamp. This is one from 2021, by the way. P25A. So I think the 25th week of 2021 at the A factory, I think that means. Although, I'm not really sure. Very cool. But anyways, this guy was obviously released alongside his good buddy Sarah Wilson here. Who is another... It's a little bit dusty. But yeah, another reporter. They were both released at the same time, the same case. I forget what case. I think L, maybe? I forget exactly. But I would say... I don't know. I think I like Derek better because he's a new model. But Sarah's pretty cool with that ginormous new camera we've never seen before. With the purple lens. She is the same as other models, though, as you can tell. Like Chuck Manifold. Who else? Well, now Revney Grilante. But that's from this year. And Dana Crankoff, too, technically. But anyways. She has a plastic eye plate, which is weird. Although they don't put it on some cars. Like Derek doesn't get one. Sarah does. I don't get it. But I prefer when they don't have them, because as you can tell, usually doesn't really match the paint color. And doesn't look all that great. But anyways, I've actually done showcases on both of these guys before. A long time ago, though. Last year. Almost probably over a full year ago now. Sarah also was released again this year, though. Which I just don't know why. They keep re-releasing the same ones. But at least we've gotten some cool re-releases this year. Like Flipped Over, Damage to King, Spin Up McQueen, Final Lap McQueen, lots of cool ones. But anyways, here's Dash Boardman. who's another, I know he's not very similar, but he is at least another member of the Piston Cup press, I think. Then again, none of these really say press on them, like Corey Turbowitz does, who we'll get to in a second. I don't know. Sarah actually has RSN on the side of her camera, so I don't know. Didn't these guys really work for RSN, or exactly where? I don't know. But here's Corey Turbowitz, obviously. He's like the main reporter. Very incorrect diecast with no side view mirrors, though. So I never really liked this one, to be honest. Very weird, early 2000s looking bubbly car. I mean, these guys are completely different in their shapes. Probably made around the same time. But of course, you got boxy and you got bubbly. Completely different. Anyways, one more to show. Actually got a few more. We got Andrea here. Another Piston Cup press member. Never really liked Andrea or Maddie. They're just kind of boring. She was released in 2021 too, as well as Corey and Dash Boardman, so all these guys. And so was Ron Hubbard here. He does have a nasty chip on him though, on his hat, unfortunately. Of course, the helicopter. Lots of RSN in 2021, which is alright. Unfortunately, though, most of these guys became bag warmers. Except for Dash, only saw one Dash. I saw lots of Corey Turbowitz, and quite a lot of Andreas. Quite a lot of those guys, too. But anyways, yeah. I thought I may as well show Daryl Cartrip, too, since he is kind of a similar model. And he's obviously works for RSN. But yeah, it's cool to get not one, but two cars from that scene around the end of the first movie. It's cool to get, obviously, Sarah Wilson and Derek Wheeliams. It's funny because Mattel did the same thing this year. They released two cars from some random scene, but from Cars 2 instead. The Wheelwell Motel scene. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I think. Or the one, I guess it could be that scene, or the Radiator Springs scene at the end of the movie. And of course, those two cars were calling Bo Rev and Revney Grillante, both new for 2022. So it's very interesting how they decided to do that kind of 2 years in a row. Wouldn't be surprised if next year we get, or 2023, it's practically this year now. Wouldn't be surprised if we get two new cars from Cars 3 from the same scene. That'll definitely be interesting. But, oh, look at this, with this camera. That'd be kind of cool to see Derek with this camera. I have this camera here because, a little bit of a hint as to what car I'm going to be reviewing soon on the 12 Cars of Christmas series. If you can tell, it says Nelson. If you know who that is, then there's your hint. But anyways, I think that's all for this review. Thanks guys for watching. Let me go get Cruz and McQueen though, 1 second. Alright, I'm back. We got Doc Hudson and Cruz and McQueen. Obviously, kind of working the scene with this guy. Obviously, when McQueen was leaving, going back to Los Angeles. So I thought we should close the video out with these guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time on the Cars Garage.